can lower myself with the chair. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session for today. The in my screen, right? I don't see my shared screen. It just shows the WoW live version. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live session while we are finishing up the whole setup. Happy June to all of you. This is actually my first live session for the month of June. Yay! Hey, Gracie. How are you today, this week, and this year? Welcome, welcome. So today we are definitely going through another revision round. Let's brush up our English skills, whether you're a student or an adult working who just wants to kind of like, start improving on your English skills. This is the right live session for you. Now, while waiting for the rest of our friends to come and join the live session, ladies, I fell asleep during Georgia and woke up in wow. Oh, Zil, my goodness, you. I'm happy that you are now awake and that we still have a live session for you to watch. Welcome to you. Half of the year is the official half of the year is here. Ozil, how's things? Are you ready for the upcoming exam season? Just literally lurking here at the corner, ready to pounce on you. So no wonder you weren't answering any questions just now, Gracie. Oh, Gracie, you were also in the previous live session, is it? Interesting, interesting. So, while waiting for the rest to come, people, do quickly recall that we are currently running our June holiday programs. And so, yes, you still have the chance to join us for June holidays because we are running these 7 very good programs, oral programs from primary 1 all the way to primary 6 for the entire month of June. So if you're available to take them only on the last week or the second or third, we still have a few seats left for some of our programs. Do register now because a lot of our classes are already full. Nonetheless, since June is here, if you're actually literally done with your June planning, ladies and gentlemen, we do have things lined up for you after the June holidays because, of course, we have officially managed to turn into the exam season for literally for everyone, of course, except for those who are not taking national exams or those who are much younger. But do note that you still have school holidays coming after June, which is National Day and Youth Day. So make the most of these holidays by joining us for very effective oral lessons, 1-day oral programs coming up this June. Eh? How come my screen doesn't show? Eh? Can I request O-level lives? Oh, Ozil, yes. Let me actually work on that. I'll discuss with teacher Jamie some series of live sessions meant for PSLE and meant for O-level, so that we may do a live session where we can accommodate some of your questions pertaining to specific papers. Yeah, so hold on to that. I'll get back to you and update you on these things. Yeah. How come my screen is not changing? Okay. Well, we are gonna try to fix this issue. Yes, we do have, because for PSLE, for example, the first paper that you'll be tested with is paper 4 oral. And that's exactly why we are offering 1-day oral programs for the school holiday, Youth Day in July, and also the National Day holiday, which is going to be in August. Okay, yeah, everyone. So that's about it. Today I am going to go through a piece of paper. Oh, it's not moving. Give me a second, huh? Let me fix something for all of you. One moment. Hold on. How come it isn't moving? Now it is. Okay, everyone, we managed to fix it, people. So I think you can now see. Yes, it's fixed now. Okay, you can now actually see, no, not this one, not this one. You can now actually see that I was sharing this page. All good, all good. You can now see that I'm officially this is the one I was sharing with you earlier, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can see it right here on this side, we have Top Schools Paper 2 revision program in preparation for PSLE Paper 1 and 2 in September. And we also have PSLE Oral Intensive Crash Course and one-to-one coaching if you're looking for a more personalized kind of revision where the teacher's attention is basically just on you and just you alone. And the feedback is more immediate, and then you have the 100% of the teacher's attention all throughout the entire session. Okay, so please join us for these crash courses. Will be available on school holidays as well on July, which is going to be Youth Day, 7th of July, and 11th of August for National Day. Okay, so yeah, for today, let us go through Nanhua paper from 2019. I am going to start on easy questions for grammar. Are you all ready to join me and, test out your English abilities? Okay, let's give it a try. Feel free to try to drop your answers here if you are unsure. If you are unsure, just give it a try. I won't pounce on you if you give me a wrong answer. Now, the pupils cheered as they watched Joseph blank past the other competitor. What do you think is the answer, everyone? Drop it in. Let's go. You are all very happy now that you are in your school holidays, huh? Welcome. Let's all continue revising together, even if you don't have classes. Hey. Also goes for number 1. You are going for just the word swim, is it? Anyone who wants to agree with Ozil or who wants to give a different answer instead? While waiting for that, Gracie is 2. Okay, so we have 1 and 2 very quickly. This is a classic, commonly tested question. So please, I'm going to put a star here. Hello, Meishan. Meishan also goes for number 2. I'm going to put a star here just to kind of like highlight it to you. This commonly tested question for examinations. So master this. I even, sometimes we even name our grammar rules to just make our righteous of our students actually kind of like remember them. So if you notice here, no. As they watched Joseph, hold on. Verb, noun, and then verb. If you look at this pattern, this is a very common pattern that you will notice in examination questions. They give you a verb, noun, verb pattern. And when you see this pattern, the second verb, the only possible form of the second verb is either base form or base form, meaning it doesn't have S, ES, D, ED, or ING at the end of it. Just the most basic and original form of the verb. Or it's in its ING form, the present participle form. So if you notice that swimming is not here, the present participle is not here. Therefore, it's pretty obvious that the answer is indeed number 1, swim. Okay? Yeah. So Gracie and Meishan, good try. The answer is actually number 1. Watch Joseph swim. It's the same thing as kind of like, it's the same thing. I saw her danced. You don't say danced. I saw her dance or saw her dancing. You will see a creature pass behind me. So pay attention to this pattern. The moment you see this, then you would have to basically figure out, oh, there's a verb, noun, verb, grammar question. My second verb would have to be either in base form or ing. Now, sure, what if the base form and the ing form are both in the options, right? Like, how do I choose? Normally, when the answer is ing, there is a very obvious clue that the action is ongoing. So pay attention to that clue. Okay, for this case, we have the base form. All right, let's move on to number 2. Julian is a shy boy. He's not used to blank before a large audience. Okay, he's not used to what? You are given options here in different tense form of the verb speak. Okay, but what do you think is the right form here? Is it speak, spoke, speaking, have spoken? Give it a try. Drop your answer for number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Millie. Hi, can you say hi to me? Yes, hello to you or hi to you, Millie. I hope you are doing fine so far this week. Okay. Gracie is guessing number 1. Ozil, you have an answer, or Millie, welcome to you. If you haven't yet, please follow us so we can have more live sessions together. Nation goes for number 1 as well. Now, also goes for number 3. Okay, we have 1, 1, and 3. Now, used to is always followed by the gerund. A gerund is basically the verb in its noun form. So a gerund always ends with ing, but it's used as a noun. Okay, so the gerund here is actually, you are correct, Ozil, it's number 3, not used to speaking. And do keep in mind, hello Moonlight, welcome to you. Oh, Chris Co as well, welcome to you. Do keep in mind, especially for the line used to, it's always followed by gerund, ing, a verb used as a noun. So I'm not used to speaking, I'm not used to sleeping, sleeping and eating, or I'm not used to eating chocolates, or I'm not used to singing live, or I'm not used to crying out loud. I'm not used to something like that. It's always followed by the gerund form of the verb, which is the one with the ing. Okay, we clear with that? Now let's move on to number 3. The prefect told Mrs. Lee that she blanked off the lights before she left the classroom. Has switched, had switched, was switching, had been switching. You are being tested on tense here. Be very careful. You do have a very important clue in number 3. Okay, I am going to circle this and put a star here because this is another commonly tested tense. I know there's a lot of tense and it can be confusing. Present tense, present perfect, past tense, past perfect. We have future, future perfect, future continuous, something like that. I know, but this is one of the tenses that they like to test, especially for PSLE. So that's why I'm putting a star on it. So you are all answering Izzy. Hello, Izzy. Welcome back to you. Eisen. Eisen, do I say Eisen or Izen? Yeah, so you're all saying number 2. Thank you for sharing the live, Eisen. You're all sharing number 2. Why? Does any one of you have an explanation why you're giving me number 2? Why are you giving me had switched? Anyone who has a solid reason, like, sure, I know this. I got this in the bag. I know it's really number 2. Anyone who have a solid reason why? Told. Because of the word told, is it? Okay, and because of the word before, past tense, I see. Okay, thank you for trying. I'm going to put those all together because I like that you all, no, it's not past tense, no? What do you mean by past tense? Had switched would mean to say that you are using the past perfect tense, right? So your clues here is actually, your clues, let me change the color of my pen. Okay. The clue is the word left. Okay. Why? It's because there's basically 2 past actions here that that she has that Mrs. Lee has done. Okay. The first action was she switched off the lights. Okay. So this is action 1. Okay, and then after switching off the light, she left. Okay, action 2. So she is basically talking about 2 past action that happened one after the other. You get what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna go back here, Eisen, because Eisen was like, sure, what are you talking about? Hold on, hold your horses. Give me a moment. So what I'm talking about, I need to explain this because past perfect, when you nail this tense, you will get this correctly every time. Nailing this tense as well would mean to say you have a good chance of scoring better for grammar and scoring better for S&T as well. Okay, is it number 1? Hold on, give me a moment, Gracie. I'm getting there. So basically, when you talk about tenses, right? Let's say in this timeline, okay, this is the present. Okay, this is the present moment. Okay, if you go back to the past, let's say there's two actions that happened in the past. The first one was the switching off of the light, and then the second one was leaving the classroom, correct? So this one first, and then present moment, correct? When you talk about two past actions, you are dealing with this one will be had plus past participle. And then because you are closer, this one will be closer to present. So this is simple past. You get what I mean? Okay. So that would mean to say because the switching off of the lights is the first action that happened, it will be I had switched off the lights before I left the classroom. So the answer, ladies and gentlemen, is number 2. So to summarize past perfect tense, you use that tense when you are talking about two past actions. One happened after the other. The first one that happens will be had plus past participle. The second one will be in simple past tense. Okay? When do we use number 1? Hello, question. Has, switched, has, and have are used for present perfect tense. Now, present perfect is different from past perfect. Do keep in mind that past perfect, always keep in mind two past actions. Both of them are over. Both of them happened in the past. One happened first and then the second one happened, but both of them in the past. That's past perfect. Action number 1 will be had plus past participle. Action number 2 will be simple past tense, just like this question. Now, has switched and have switched, these are all present perfect tense. Now, present perfect tense has many uses, but I'll tell you the most common 2 uses of present perfect. Present perfect is when the action started in the past and it's ongoing in the present, okay? Or it started in the past, it just recently ended, but it's still relevant to the present time. That's why you say, I have just eaten. Like you're done eating, but why do you say I have eaten? Because it just recently ended, but in the conversation it's still relevant to the present. Okay. Now the present perfect is the one that has so many uses. Okay. I don't expect you to master that immediately, but just keep in mind the most important thing is when you talk about has and have, she has switched off the light, she have spoken. These are when you talk about actions starting in the past and are still ongoing in the present or are still relevant in the present time. Okay? We clear with that? Okay. So had is the one for past perfect. Past perfect, two past actions that happened and both completed in the past. Okay? So that's how you know actually that you use past perfect. Past perfect would mean there's always two actions in the past that's mentioned. It cannot be only one. Yeah. Okay. Number 4. Blank, you abide by the rules of the game, you will be disqualified. What do you think is the answer? Drop it in. We are in number 4 now. Welcome to those of you who just arrived. Okay, Pillow. Hello, Pillow. How are you? Hope you're fine and doing well, thriving in life. Okay, Eisen goes for number 3. Unless you abide by the rules of the game, you will be disqualified. Do you guys agree with Eisen's answer or do you have a different one? Let me know. Mei Shen also goes for number 3. Almost school holidays. Oh, you're excited. Are you excited? Okay, Gracie is number 1. I am happy. Okay, I'm happy. You're happy. We're all happy, yeah? Okay, so Gracie goes for 1. Eisen, Mei Shen 3. Okay, now blank, you abide by the rules of the game, you will be disqualified. Now, we are talking about basically a condition here. There's a condition being given, right? Like you have to abide by the rules, otherwise I will disqualify you. It's like that, right? So when you're giving a condition, and most especially when you mention the negative side of the condition, the negative condition, it's like, if not, this will happen. When you phrase things like that, the word that you need to use is the word unless, which is number 3. Okay? So this is like used to express negative condition, which is basically what the question is sharing. Now, if can also be used for conditions, right? So if you do this, then this will happen, right? If can also be used conditions. However, if you use if, the structure of the sentence will then change. You will say, if you do not abide by the rules, you will be disqualified. You see, right? So if you use if, the structure will have to change. So that's why if cannot be. Since is when you give a reason. So we're not trying to give a reason here. So it cannot. Even though shows contrast. You want to put together two ideas that are opposing. Okay. So, but that's not the case. We are talking about a condition, not showing contrast. Okay. Gracie, I keep getting the question. It's okay, Gracie. It's okay. You are free to commit mistakes here. So it's a safe space for you. Just make sure that you're trying to really understand where it went wrong so that next time you'll get it correctly. Okay? Just keep trying. It's fine. All right, number 5. My best friend and blank, both animal lovers, visit the zoo frequently. Be very careful. I need you to be careful with this one. Give it a try. Drop in your answers. Come on, peoples. Eisen goes for number 1. Mission. Eisen 2, mission 1. Okay. Anyone else? So now you're all choosing between I and me, is it? There's 2 very easy tips that you can remember to make sure you get this correctly every single time. Hello, Gra. Gra goes for number 1 as well. Okay. Okay. I need one more person to give an answer, and then let's break it down. This is hard. Because both of them sounds correct, right? I know if you fully rely on the sound correct here, it may be quite challenging. Okay, now let's break it down. Okay, I think we can focus on these 2 because the I versus me issue is a common issue that students, even my students, have. So I'll teach you 2 things to remember to make sure you get this correctly every time you get confused and every time you have these 2 words in your options. Okay? Now, the first thing you want to do is so that you can understand whether you are using I or me is to cancel the other person. Okay? Try to cancel the other person. Let's say I cancel my best friend N. Okay? Do I say, okay, both animal lovers, this is an extra info, okay? Especially if it's in between 2 commas, this is extra info. If I just read a sentence with I, do I say I visit the zoo frequently? Or do I say me visit the zoo frequently? What do you think? I canceled my best friend. So do I say I visit the zoo frequently or me visit the zoo frequently? This should clarify you what the correct answer is, correct? How do you say it, people? What do you think? It should be I, right? You say I visit the zoo, right? You don't say me visit the zoo, correct? So that is why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you, correct, Gracie. That's why I'm telling you, when you are faced with this kind of question and then they add another person there, cancel the other person first. And then it will make a lot of sense to you, right? Correct. So the answer is actually number 1. Now, there's another tip that I can share with you, okay? Now, let's say you cancel the other person and for some reason you're still confused. Sure, I already canceled the other person. I'm still not sure if it's I or me, okay? The second thing, remember, I is when you are the subject. You are the doer of the action. Me is you're an object. You are the receiver of the action. So number 2, you actually ask yourself, who is doing the action. So if I say, who's visiting? Oh, I am visiting. Therefore, I'm the subject. So it should be I. Or for example, who's visiting? No, no, no. I'll give you an example. Let's say that the sentence is, my father is visiting blank and my sister, for example. So this time around is visiting me, right? Because if you ask yourself, who's doing the action? Who's visiting? Oh, it's not me. It's actually father. So I am receiver of the action. So then it has to be me. So the moment the doer of the action is you, then you use I. If you're not the doer of the action, you are the receiver of the action, then that's me. Okay? So remember these two things. Actually, if you want to take notes, take note of these things that I'm writing here. Remember these two things. First, cancel the other person. See how it sounds. Normally, you actually get that it's either I or me. The second one is ask. Look at the main verb of the sentence. Who's doing the verb? Is it me or is it another person? Because if it's you, then you use I. If you're not the one doing the action, then it has to be me. Okay? Got it? Okay. Number 6. Okay? Now, and number 6, ladies and gentlemen, so this one I put a star, commonly tested question, and this one also commonly tested question, which is question tag. Okay? You barely touched your food, blank you. Did, didn't, have, haven't. Give this a try. There's also a very easy rule that you can follow for this one. I'll teach you what that is in a moment. Try first. Drop in your answer, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, Simple June or Simple John. I don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you for giving your answer. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Number 4. Why do I have 3 different answers? I have 1, 4, and 3. Okay. Okay. I also have 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, got it. Now, let's break it down. This is question tag. So it's very easy because what you do with question tag, everyone, is that you look at the statement and then you look at the question tag. If the statement is positive, you turn it into negative. Then it's vice versa. If the statement is negative, then the question tag is positive. So let's say, for example, I can do it. So this is positive. Therefore, my can't I. Therefore, this becomes negative. You get what I mean, right? So it's just opposite. So now the challenge for you is, sure, how do I know if a statement is positive or negative? Because the easiest one is when you see this can't, cannot, have not, do not, right? Aren't, right? Then you just cancel the word not to make it positive or add the word not to make it negative. But this one is not pretty straightforward, right? So let's figure out if the statement is positive or negative. It is actually negative because of the word. Who can guess which word makes the statement negative? Who can guess? Type it in. There is one word that makes the statement be a very good pillow. The word barely makes the entire statement negative. Okay. Therefore, our question tag should be positive. Okay. Why? Sure, why barely? Okay, take note of these keywords. When you see the words not, never, hardly, barely, rarely, when you see these words, this makes the statement negative. And so we turn it into positive. Now, when the verb is the touched, when you have an actual action verb, it's either do, does, or did. And because it's in past tense, it's did. So we just turned did into positive. So the answer is did you, which is number 1, people. Okay, so the answer is number 1. Did we get it? So statement positive, question tag negative. Statement negative, question tag positive. The statement here in this question is negative because of the word barely. So, and then the verb is touched. When your verb is action, these are do, does, and did. Okay, so touched is past tense, so it's did. We stick with did because we need a positive question tag. Okay, if the statement were positive, for example, then it becomes didn't you. Okay, but it's negative, so that's good. Why is it not have? Okay, because, okay, good question. You only use have in the question tag if it's opposite in the statement is haven't. So for example, I haven't touched my food. Have I? That's when you use have. I finally found your life. Hello, cross. I'm happy you found my life. What level is this worksheet for? Hello, welcome to you. This is currently a P6 paper that I'm going through. Nonetheless, this level of English fits for, I would say, the levels around P6, plus or minus 2 or 3 years. Because people are always, depending on what level you are, everyone's English ability are still different from each other. So I don't assume. I can't do a P6 paper. You can! YX? I'm going to call you YX. Yushin. Is it Yushin or Ishin? YX, you can. Yes. So are we good with this? YX, have I answered your question? I've answered your question right. Now, number 7, ladies and gentlemen. Number of students blank going on the exchange program to Taiwan next month. You are tested on 2 things in this question. You are tested on subject-verb agreement. You are also tested on tense. So be careful. That's exactly why I tell my students to read all the way to the end of the question so that you get all the clues that you need. Okay? Now, what do you think is the answer? Eisen goes for number 4. Drop it in first before we break down the question and help you all understand. For Meow goes for number 4 as well. Don't ask goes for number 2 too. So we have 2s and 4s. That I would assume then that you're all sure for subject verb agreement that you want to use plural. Okay. Okay, firstly, I'm at least happy that you all know that it has to be plural. I'm actually very proud of all of you. Very good. And with that, you deserve a ring of the bell. Good job. So number of will always require plural verb. Because a number of basically means several. Many. Okay? Don't ask. Very excited. You're number 8 already. Yeah. So just one thing though, people. Number of is plural because it means several. But the number of is singular because you're talking about the whole unit in itself, not the individuals. Okay? So when it says the number of students is, number of students are. Okay? But we're not done yet. So you figured out the subject-verb agreement. Okay, this one we're good to go. We know it's plural. But we're not sure of the tense yet because you have are, you have were. Okay? Now, what is the tense here? Your clue, drop the clue from the question that tells you the tense of the sentence. Drop the keywords. What keywords tells you? Next month. Very good. Because it's next month, you cannot use past tense. So the answer is number 2. Okay? Kylie, so it wouldn't be troublesome. Thank you, Kylie. So very good. One thing you can learn here is be careful. You may be tested on more than one grammar concept in one question. For this case, you're being tested on both subject verb agreement and tense. So always read everything. Look for clues for everything. Okay, Yana Teapot. Yes, correct. Number 8, Pete. Okay, don't ask. We are now in number 8. Pete blank fallen into the canal if his friend had not held him back. Okay, give it a try. This is another commonly tested question that I call, it starts with letter C. Who can name this type of question? Anyone who can name this type of question? You're actually all going for the same number. I see we have a consensus here. Let's see if you're all correct or you are all wrong. We will know. Conjunction, condition. Close enough, Mason. We are talking about conditionals. This one is conditionals, and I tell you, commonly tested, especially because conditionals, ladies and gentlemen, have 3 types. I will tell you, do you want to know the 3 types of conditionals? It's gonna be lengthening my explanation, but you're gonna get conditionals correctly every single time if you learn this. Now, held, so would. I see. Now, I'm gonna quickly explain this. So the next time we encounter another conditional question, I don't need to explain it to you again. There are 3 types. Type 1 is those conditionals, you know, the if, when you say if, these are conditionals, okay? Because when you use if in a sentence, you're saying a condition, okay? Now, type 1 are those things that are likely to happen. So for example, I always tell my students to memorize these 3 sentences for me so that they memorize the 3 types of conditionals. How will you finish the line? How will you finish the line? If I can, I what? Who can finish this for me? Who can finish this line for me? If I can, I, simple John or simple June, I will. That would mean to say, keep in mind, if your if statement is in present tense, your second statement will be in future tense. Now, is the if statement here present tense? No. So this is not type 1. Now, let's move on to type 2. Type 2 are like wishes. They are wishes, okay? So let's say I go and say, if I could, I what? What do you think is the answer? If I could, I what? Now you will notice that the if statement is now past. If I could, Yana, Mason. Very good. If I could, I would. Very good, Eisen. Yes. So when your if statement is past, then you use would. Okay. Now, the last one is actually those that are impossible because they already happened. There's nothing you can do anymore. So it's more like a regret. What I mean by that, for example, you go and say, oh my God, sure, if I had studied, what do you think is the next one? Who can finish this for me? If I had studied, I what? Very good, Yana. I would have let's say past. Now, then you notice that here you have the past perfect because it has the had, right? And then when you have this, then you see would have. Now, which if statement fits the question? Had not held. It's number 3, right? It's number 3. So then you go for number 3 as well. Would have. Very good. So this is the reason why I tell my students to memorize these 3 sentences, because if I can, I will. They remember that these, if the if statement is present tense, my second statement is future tense. Or if I could, I would. Oh, if the if statement is simple past, I will just use would. Or it's like if I had done this, I would have. Okay. So it's number 3. It's more like things that you cannot do anything anymore about because they've already happened. Okay. So if I can, I will. If I could, I would. If I had studied, I would have passed. Okay. I specifically structured number 3 very student specific to remind them to study so they don't end up using this line. Okay. We're good with that. So let's move on to number 9. Hello, thank you for sharing the live. Number 9. Welcome to those of you who are actually very new to the live. I'm happy to see very new names here. If you have not yet, please remember to follow us so we can do more live sessions together. Okay. Number 9, let's go. I'm not good blank dancing. If I had met you when I was P6, I would have scored well. Okay, YX, let's not dwell on the past, okay? The past is there to, teach you lessons on how to deal with the future. So now that we found each other, YX, let's focus on that, okay? Now, I'm not good what? So when you want to talk about skills and abilities, what is the right preposition for it? Okay, number 2. Very good. An easy question, right? This one doesn't involve a very long explanation. Indeed, the answer is number 2. Okay, let me move this somewhere else. Hello, Javier. Do I say Javier or Javier? I don't want to assume. Hello, Adrian. Welcome. Okay, so I'm good at, you use at for you want to talk about skills or abilities. Now, in is sometimes used for places and subjects. Okay, so in, for example, you can say I'm good in math, right? You don't say I'm good at math. So in is always used for places, of course. I'm in here, okay? But it can also be used for subjects. I'm good in science. I'm good in math. Right? Hi, Sherlyn. Welcome to you. Now, for will show benefit. So that's why you go and say exercise is good for your health. Okay? So it does not, you don't use it for abilities, but here it's like we're talking about an ability, a skill, dancing. Okay? What paper is this, Adrian? This is a paper 2, P6 paper. Now, good with you use it when referring to handling something well. I'm good when you handle something well. For example, I'm good with children. Let's say. I'm good with children, or he's good with numbers. Like that. Okay. What year? Primary 6, Adrian. Okay.
I thought he's asking year of the paper.
Correct. Oh, I see. I just realized it. 2019. This is a 2019 paper for primary 6. Okay. Last number, be strong. Last number for grammar MCQ. Let's end strong, everyone. Although our family car is old, we have blank problems with it. Although our family car is old, we have blank problems with it. We have a lot of viewers. Welcome. Yes, what do you think is the answer? Countable or uncountable? We're talking about quantifiers here. Mm-hmm. Yana goes for number two, Adrian two as well. And problems uncountable. I see. You're starting to explain your answers as well. I'm happy to see that. Okay, first things first, we are referring to problems, and obviously you are correct. Problems can be counted. We have so many of them. Okay, so this is countable. Why do we need to know if we are modifying a countable or uncountable noun? It's because there are certain quantifiers that you use for only for countable. Some quantifiers can be used only for uncountable. So for example, little only for uncountable. That's why you say there's very little sugar left. Sugar is uncountable. You don't say there's very little human beings. There's very few human beings, right? So, and much as well. There's so much sugar in my coffee, for example. So little and much are both for uncountable nouns. You're left with few and many. So this one, we are left with few and many. You are down to checking the context of the question. Are we looking for a high number of problems or a low number of problems? Okay. Car is old. However, contextually, you don't actually have a lot of problems with it. Okay. Because contextually, we need low numbers. So the answer is indeed number one. Okay. Very good. Well done. Well done. Okay, good job, people. Let's now proceed to vocabulary. Are you ready to test your vocab skills? We're still doing MCQ, but this time around, I'm gonna be testing you how you kind of like choose the right word to complete the sentence. Okay, but very quickly before I move on to that, do keep in mind those are you who are very new to the live. We are currently running our June holiday programs, 7 of them actually, from primary 1 all the way to primary 6. So if you haven't decided yet and you want to have some fun while you're still learning for this month of June, please join us. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, this coming, okay, I'm giving you good news because I know you're very happy, like, oh, June holidays, yes. But do you know that you also still have a school holiday in July, which is a youth day? And then another school holiday in August, which is National Day. And for these 2 days, we are offering 1 day oral programs because you're very close to PSLE oral, which is the first hurdle you have to survive. And you're very close to your end of year examinations if you're not P6. So that's why we're offering the PSLE oral intensive crash course in these 2 holidays in July and August. And to those of you who want to kind of like go for something more personalized, you want the teacher's attention to be just on you because there's very specific issues you want to target, we do have a PSLE oral one-to-one intensive coaching as well. So we will be running these two on these 2 school holidays after June. So if you are planning ahead, making sure you do the right revisions, you get the right revision that you need, join us for these 2. And finally, just very quickly, we are going to be running as well. Those of you, always, some people ask me, sure, I need a paper 2 revision, just like what you're doing in your live session. We have a 10-day fully online paper 2 revision, which is called Top Schools English Exam Paper 2 Revision. Okay, we are going to be running the first round in July. It's 10 days, fully online, so you can take it from the comforts of your home. It will definitely be live with a teacher, right as a work teacher teaching you. We will be using, we have exclusive lessons for primary 5 and primary 6 students for this one, okay? Primary 5 and primary 6 students for this one. Let me see, yeah? Where is that? Where's the top schools? I'm lost. Okay. Top schools. And if you join us for this, primary 5, primary 6, we are going through the 2024 papers, by the way. 2024 because it's the most recent one. And so we are going to give away a free model composition ebook to all our Top Schools English Paper 2 exam revision students. And yeah, it's 10 days. That's the most important thing for paper 2, right? You need to see patterns on how the questions, what are the commonly tested questions. You need to know how to tackle these types of questions. And at the same time, you need exposure to papers. And then, of course, a guidance from a teacher who can give you feedback. so that you really master paper 2, which is literally half of your entire PSLE grade. Okay, so join me for this oral revision and paper 2 revisions. You have a very cute arrow there that you can click that button, drop your contact details if you need more information. I will get our customer service team to reach out to you if you need more information. Otherwise, of course, we have a WhatsApp number very big right there on top of the screen. Feel free to WhatsApp us if you have important questions, both from our holiday programs or even for our regular programs, everyone. Yeah. So feel free to join us for these programs. We have June holiday programs currently running. At the same time, we have oral intensive crash course and one-to-one coaching for the Youth Day holiday this July and the National Day holiday this August. Okay. Also for paper 2 program, it's a 10-day online lesson. You don't even have to worry if it clashes with your classes because we are running it at night. It's 7:30 to 9 p.m., 1.5 hours per session. Okay? Now, vocabulary. Are we all ready? Let's see. Everyone, question number 1. Vincent is a blank artist. He could create the most amazing sculptures from common and ordinary materials. Read the second sentence even if the blank is not there because it actually gives you a clue on what's the right word to use for number 1. What do you think is the answer? Okay, I have Yana saying 1. Aizen saying number 3. Interesting. Anyone else who wants to give this a try? Type in your answer. Let's go. 33/40 for English, sure. Sure, same for AL2. 33/40 for English. Is this your oral, Sherilyn? And this is for English what? I assume this is not prelim, right? So this is not the end of the word, Sherilyn. It's for, no, it's paper what? 33/40 is what? Because composition now is upon 36, right? So it cannot be continuous writing. 33/40 is which paper? You let me know. I have no idea. You have no idea what you mean. Sherilyn, madam, huh? You gotta explain it to me. Okay. Now, while she is trying to figure out, everyone, you all dropped your answer. Who gave me an answer for number 1? Aizen 3, Yana 1, correct? Anyone else wants to give number 1 a try? Okay, so we have 1 and 3. Okay, what I can do, how often do you do live? Okay, we do have live sessions every weekdays, okay? YX, we have live sessions every weekdays. Different live hosts as well, okay? So number 1 is every Monday we actually release a live schedule in our TikTok account. So that's why I encourage everyone to follow so that you can get this live schedule and you will know what's upcoming for the week, what time, because we run the live sessions in different timings and different types as well. So for example, me, I'm doing live Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 5:30. But sometimes it can be Friday, but for example, maybe not 5:30. Maybe it's like 12 noon, okay? So that is why I suggest that you follow us and look out. Correct. Click the notification bell. Where is it at?
We go to our account.
Correct. If you go to our account, first follow us and then click the notification bell so you get notified when we go live. Okay? Now, by the way, what is the course of the program? Huh? Aizen, you need to explain to me what you mean by the question. What is the course of the program? Firstly, course, do you mean price or what is the outline? Okay, give me an explanation of your question. Adrian goes for number 1. Okay, what I can do for all of you is I'm going to give you definitions of the words. And let me know after all the definitions if you want to rethink your answer, if you want to stick to the answer that you've already given. Okay. When you say that, when you say that something is abstract, it refers to a style of art. Okay. Abstract painting. Okay. It refers to a style of art of art that, okay, does not depict realistic objects. So example, when you say, oh, that's an abstract painting, it's because it usually contains objects that you don't normally see in like in a normal setting. They kind of like distort the shapes like that. The combination of colors is not the usual colors that you see. So they're not made out of usual and normal things that you see around you. That's why it's called that. Oh, it's an abstract painting. Okay, eccentric. When you call something eccentric, it's because it's I would say unusual or like strange in behavior. Normally you use eccentric to describe behavior, not really like artistic skill. Okay. Now, ingenious, when you describe something as ingenious, it's very clever. It's clever, it's creative, and inventive. And finally, intellectual refers to intelligence. Okay, that's from the word intellect now. Does this actually clarify what the correct answer is? It does, right? Because your clue here is number one, he's an artist. Number two, his sculptures are made from ordinary and common materials. He made something amazing out of ordinary things. And so he is actually an ingenious artist because he made something amazing. He was very inventive. He used common materials. So the answer is number three. Okay? Okay, good job. Now, let's move on to number 12. Do not throw rocks at the dog and blanket. I am sure it will not hurt you if you leave it alone. What do you think is the answer? Number 2 now, people. Let's go. Test out your vocab skills. Let's go, everyone. Come on. Okay, Eisen goes for number 4. Who else wants to give it a try? Don't be shy. Drop in your answer. 4 as well for Yana. Anyone else? One more person. And then let's figure out these words that are given here. 4 for Adrian and Emmy. 4. Okay. You're actually very smart. Good job. Antagonize. Don't antagonize a dog, because if you antagonize someone, you kind of like provoke. You provoke them. Don't provoke the dog. You provoke them or make or like kind of like make someone like angry or hostile. Okay. Now subdue cannot be, if you subdue someone, it's kind of like bring them under control. So no. Okay. Or appease. Appease is the opposite, because to no, it's not the opposite. You calm them down or pacify. And then persecute is when you harass or mistreat. So what we're trying to do is not make the dog angry, so we don't want to antagonize the dog. Good job, people. Number 13. She remained positive in the face of blank and overcame the problem with sheer determination. In the face of what? What do you think? Positive in the face of danger, in the face of hardship, in the face of adversity, or in the face of temptation? Give it a try. Okay, we have number 3. Ooh, we have someone who joined the live through someone who shared. Oh my God, welcome to you. Okay, anyone who wants to give this a try? Okay, Yana goes for number 2. Eisen goes for number 3. I actually assumed that a lot of students actually get confused between hardship and adversity. Adrian, however, goes for number 4, temptation. Okay, so she remained positive in the face of blank and overcome the problem with cheer. So we are actually basically looking for, sounded like a word very close to the word problem. Okay, now That would mean to say, okay, Adrian reconsidered goes for number 3, and we also go for number 3. That would mean to say, right, that danger and temptation are both like it's they're too far from the correct answer. Because from danger, you're talking about threat, okay, to safety, which is not the case in this question. Temptation is kind of like the urge to do something wrong. Okay. Now, sure, but how about hardship and adversity? This boils down to collocation. What words always go together in the phrase in the face of what? Do you use hardship? Do you use adversity? For this case, the better word to use is actually number 3, adversity. Okay. Adversity means difficulties. Okay. Difficulties or misfortune. Now, while the word hardship, okay, while the word hardship means struggle, I think you all understand that. In the face of hardship is less commonly used than the phrase in the face of diversity. So a lot of these cases, when you are mastering your vocabulary, you have to learn idiomatic expressions, phrasal verbs, or commonly used phrases, because then it will also matter when you answer these kinds of questions. Okay, so number 3 is the correct answer. Now, number 14, after receiving a complaint about the poor hygiene in the kitchen, the restaurant manager immediately blanked the matter. Okay, you see? These options are all called phrasal verbs. Let me just say they have the same verb, looked, looked, but the moment you pair looked with a different preposition, it will bear a different meaning. Okay? What do you think is the right phrasal verb here? Full. Wow, all of you number 4. Okay. Now, you all go for the word looked into. Good job. Well done. If you look into something, it basically means you investigate, right? Don't worry, I'm gonna look into the issue and get back to you. Okay. When you look, okay, can you look up the information for this one? Look up something is when you search for info, right? Look it up in the internet, look it up. Look for, basically, I'm looking for you, so search for something. Most likely you use this for things that are missing. Yeah. And look out, look out. You see that? You say that line, correct? So be careful. That means be careful. Now, one quick reminder for all of you, there's thousands and thousands of phrasal verbs in the English language. So while some of them really sounds familiar, a lot of them are actually very foreign to the ears. And they may come out in not just vocabulary MCQ, they may come out in grammar close, they may come out in comprehension close, or even in the passage in your comprehension open-ended. So it's very important that you practice phrasal verbs, you expose yourselves to them, and every time you encounter phrasal verbs, you have to look up the meanings so that you don't get shocked every time they're used during examinations. Okay? Now, last number, everyone, let's go. Fred has been struggling to clear his debts for years and feels hopeless about it. He cannot blank. Ooh, you have idioms, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a try. What idiomatic expression do you think is best used here? Let's go. Type in your answers. Everyone. Okay, 3. Let's go. Okay, you're all going for he cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, is it? How dramatic, no? Okay, I like idioms. Okay, 3. You're going for see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're basically looking for the idiom here that means to say that when you see a light at the end of the tunnel, remember the idiomatic expressions, you cannot take these phrases literally. They have a very special meaning. Okay? When you see the light at the end of the tunnel, that basically means you see improvement or a possible solution after a long period of struggle. That's why it's like a tunnel. The long tunnel is a representation of a long struggle. And when you see that little light at the very end, that basically means to say that you're seeing some solution or you're seeing something positive that's about to happen after being stuck in this very dark tunnel for a long time. That's what basically means. So In Fred's case, he's been struggling for years. Okay, so now he's been in the tunnel for sure and feels hopeless. And so he cannot see the end of the tunnel. Everyone, Fred is still in the tunnel. He's not nearing the end of the tunnel. You're all correct. So seeing the light at the end of the tunnel basically means to see improvements or a possible solution. But there's one criteria here, one criterion after a long period of struggle. Okay, which was made clear in the question, by the way. Okay, put a break on something. Let's understand all the other idioms. Huh? If you're gonna put a break on it on something, it means to stop or slow down. Stop or slow something down. Okay. Now, most of the time, there are idioms that are a bit easy to understand the meaning because of the usage of the nouns and the words. Okay, you kind of like, oh, brakes in cars usually stops the car. So if you use brakes in an idiomatic expression, that would mean to say to stop something. There are, however, idioms that you really will not understand. Idioms that you have to look up the meaning for you to know them, yeah? Or sometimes contextually how they're used in the passage or in the sentence may help you. But there are still really idioms that are very hard to understand. So please, if you don't know them, look them up. Okay? Now set the wheels in motion. Okay? When you set the wheels in motion, basically means you start something. Okay? Now cross the bridge when it comes to it. I like this line, everyone. Let's cross the bridge when we get there. You will hear this line from a lot of people all the time. That would basically mean to say you deal with it when it happens. Yeah? So for example, you say, "Oh, sure, but what if I don't pass? What if I see a dragon when I arrive there?" Okay, it's okay. Don't think about it yet. Think about the dragon when we see the dragon. It's like that. So this means deal with the problem when it happens. Okay, that's about it. Okay, everyone. Wow, good job, ladies and gentlemen, for braving this entire session of grammar and vocabulary. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I have a very special announcement to all of you before you go. Of course, like a broken record that I'm gonna share with you our programs, holiday programs coming up. I know some of you may have already planned what lessons or what activities you are doing for the month of June. Have you guys planned out some fun things for June? If you have, share it in the comment section, everyone. What have you planned for the June holidays? Are you going somewhere outdoors with your family? Are you doing something with your friends? Are you going overseas? Or are you gonna be I'm focusing the entire month of June for revision? Cycle, Eisen. Cycle where? Is it East Coast Park or where? If you have some good suggestions, US. Oh my goodness, girl, that's very nice. USS, that's nice. Yeah, so while you're all planning, our June holiday programs are still running. So please reach out to us if you're interested to join our programs. We have June holiday programs for all primary levels. Nonetheless, if you really want to also plan ahead what happens after June, we have PSLE Oral Intensive Crash Course that's happening on your school holiday in July, which is Youth Day, 7th of July. And then school holiday in August, which is National Day, which is going to be 11th of August. We are offering basically this intensive crash course because the first hurdle you have to go through for PSLE is your PSLE oral, which is also in August. So that's why we made it, we tried our best to really give you the revision that you need for this time as well. Especially that the PSLE new format for 2025 has drastically changed, especially for paper 4, which is oral. So we have changed the strategies that we're teaching the students to adjust it specifically for the new format of PSLE. And of course, to those of you who prefer to do to kind of like get a more personalized lesson and time with the teacher and writers at work, we have a one-to-one intensive coaching where you actually get to have, a session with a teacher, with just you and the teacher. Okay, you get to choose from 10 commonly tested topic. If you want to dive deep into technology, you can go for tech. If you want to dive deep into environment, you can go with it. Do a 1 hour intensive coaching with a teacher. get a personalized feedback from how you perform during the coaching as well. So we do have these options for you. Scan the QR code. Our WhatsApp number is there, or you see an arrow here. Feel free to click and provide us your contact information. I will share it with our customer service team to reach out to you if you have questions. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to focus on paper 2 instead and really prepare for PSLE paper 1 and 2 this September, or if you're not a P6 student, you want to prepare for your end of year examination, we have a 10-day fully online paper 2 revision program where we go through 2024 papers from top schools in Singapore. Okay, we have an exclusive lesson for primary 5. We also have an exclusive lesson for primary 6. That would mean to say P5, we're going through 2024 end of year papers from 10 top schools in Singapore. And P6, we're going through 10 2024 prelim papers from top schools in Singapore. Okay? Hide what? Oh, the dates, is it? The question I didn't see. Hello, Agatha. My information for you will be very much related to my live. I am, however, nonetheless, of course, married to myself, first and foremost. Agatha. Okay, now, welcome to you, by the way. Please remember to follow us if you have not yet. Thank you. So, students who are really gunning to improve on your paper 2 skills, because it is, after all, half of your PSLE grade, join our online course. So, you can do this from the comforts of your home because this is fully online, taught by an experienced Righteous Award teacher, and it's from 7:30 to 9 p.m. So it will not clash with any daytime activities that you plan to do. Okay, so how's your day, Agatha? My day is good. I hope your day is good as well. I hope I see you again, because now I'm about to end the live. Hope to see you again on tomorrow. Again, I'm going live at 5:30. We do also have earlier live sessions, so please follow us and click that notification bell so you get notified every time we go live. Thank you so much for everyone.